All right, everyone. So, yesterday, the Consumer Price Index or CPI inflation came in hot. But today, the Producer Price Index or PPI inflation came in even hotter. And the crazy thing is, the energy price shocks aren't even the most alarming part of the story. So, April PPI rose by 1.4% for the month, and this was higher than the 0.5% expected by economists. This raised the annual inflation to 6% in April, and this is higher than the 4.9% expected for annual inflation. And core PPI inflation rose by 5.2% annually, and this is higher than the 4.3% expected. This represents the highest wholesale inflation that the U.S. has experienced in 4 years. And here are 3 takeaways as I've looked at the detail. First, the report included upward revisions to the month of March. When initially published, the monthly March increase was 0.5%, and it was upwardly revised to 0.7%. And the annual inflation was initially stated at 4% and was upwardly revised to 4.3%. And large upward revisions to inflation happened during times of significant change. And we're still in a period of significant change, which means that this April reading could be even worse when it gets revised. Second, energy shocks are here, with the energy increase month over month at 7.8%. And the largest monthly increases came from gasoline at 15.6% inflation, diesel 12.6%, crude petroleum 11.3%, and unprocessed energy materials at 9.2%. And that last category, unprocessed energy materials, actually is growing now at 48.9% annual inflation. And this means that the inflation is deeply embedded upstream in the supply chain. And the most concerning part of this report is that services inflation grew at 1.2% month over month. And this is the biggest increase since 2022, and it's a sign that tariff inflation is working its way through supply chains. And David Russell, who's the head of global market strategy for TradeStation, sees this as a deep structural upward trend in inflation that is not driven by oil. And in fact, he said, quote, "The Hormuz crisis is aggravating the problem, but this goes way beyond oil," unquote. And my 2 cents is this wholesale inflation will result in one of 2 things. It will either crush margins for companies that decide to eat it, or it will crush pocketbooks if they pass it on to consumers. And if they pass it on to consumers who are already experiencing real wage declines, demand is going to drop like a rock. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like, share, and follow, and join me at 6 p.m. Standard tonight for my live.